everybody, it's Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me for today's simple stamping video. Hey, today we're going to be talking about some 5-minute cards. Guys, these cards could not go together any faster. I love this one because we're going to do something creative with a punch. And you know me, I don't waste cardstock. So a lot of our punching is done behind our layering piece. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's get started with our 5-minute card.
Okay, let me share with you the supplies you're going to need. I'm going to be using the Whisper White thick cardstock. This is my favorite when it comes to mailing a card. I want something sturdy. So this piece is cut 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 inches. I have another piece of the Whisper White thick. This is 2 by 3, but honestly, guys, it's just a scrap. So you don't have to be exact with that, but at least 2 by 3 and you'll be good. I chose to use Melon Mambo as my background piece. This is 3 1/4 by 4 inches. And then I'm going to use a piece of Designer Series paper from the Garden Impressions Designer Series paper set. I chose this one here, and that has been cut 3 inches by 3 3/4 inches. The last thing I'm going to use is a little knot, and I love to create with knots because it doesn't use a lot of ribbon, and it's also very easy to mail because it does lay nice and flat. This is the Night of Navy gingham ribbon. And my stamp set today is incredible like you. I chose this one because of those amazing fonts. But be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video because I'll have an additional card created with the part of my Story Cling stamp set from Celebration right now. So if you got this one for free, I think you're going to love the card I have to share at the end of the video. Let's start with our stamping. I'm going to be using a Night of Navy ink pad today. And I chose the sentiment, I just adore you. So we will ink that up. You notice I have my Stampin' mat underneath me. When I use my photopolymer stamps, I find that the Stampin' mat gives me kind of just that right amount of pressure that pulls back on the stamp. Look at that, nice and crisp. That's exactly what we want. Let me set that off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside of my card, and I'm going to say, so glad we're friends. I will ink that up. Let's stamp that inside our card. And with that, my stamping is done. I'm going to come in with the pretty label punch, and I'm going to take that I just adore you. We'll center that up in the punch. There we go. Now I'm going to come in with that Melon Mambo, and I'm going to punch out 2. Now let me punch the first one. I want to show you where I'm punching. I need this area here to be free, so make sure you don't get too close to that edge. You do have plenty of room to get 2 of those punched out. I do love my pretty label punch, but I wanted to take a moment just to point out we have several punches that you can use this technique with. The Tailor Tag Punch, the Everyday Label Punch, and the brand new Story Label Punch. I'm going to take that Designer Series paper. I will put snail here on the back. We're going to cover that up. If you follow me here at Simply Simple Stamping, you guys know I don't waste anything. I never layer cardstock until I've punched something out of the back. So we have this done. Let's go ahead and add it to the front of our card. And I've just added snail to the back of it, and we will add that to the front, and I just kind of centered it all the way around. All right, now what to do with these? I love this technique. It's one of my favorites. We're going to take that punch and we're going to cut one of them in half long ways, and we'll cut our other one in half this way. I'm going to put adhesive down the long sides of my sentiment, and then I can take my punches and we will add one right there. We can add our other one right here. Now you do want to kind of pay attention that you're lining these up about the same way because we want to keep that equal. Now let me flip it over. I'm going to add snail here on the sides, and I'm going to repeat that same process right here. Do you see how it just kind of takes that punch and stretches it? I can add snail to the back of my sentiment. Isn't that just so sweet? Now let's add that little piece of ribbon. And I like to use mini glue dots to add my ribbons. So what you do is take that knot, press it right onto a glue dot. And when you lift it, that glue dot will be right there. We add that to the top of our card. And I did it upside down. Well, my friends, this does happen. I'm going to show you how I'm going to cover up that huge mistake. I really can't believe I did. Yes, I can believe I did that. That is something I would do. I'm going to go take another piece of this designer series paper. It's a good thing they give you a lot in that pack, right? I'm going to cut this down 4 by 5 1/4. Yeah, you get 4 sheets of each design in the pack. So yeah, it's a good thing I hadn't used this one yet, because watch what I'm going to do. I have been known to do this, and we're just going to cover that up. The recipient will never know. You, my friends, will know, but you're going to keep it a secret, right? And now I'll just come back in with my sentiment and stamp it again. And there we go. Really a sweet card. And hey, I think it actually looks nice with that extra piece of designer series paper in there. But I said I wanted to show you a bonus project. And as I said, this one I did with the celebration stamp set, part of my story. And this one I used the sentiment, know that today a friend is thinking of you. I'm so glad you're a part of my story. So again, we've got 2 cards, 2 different sentiments. I know you have dozens of sentiments, so feel free to use the ones that you already have. But again, this one, I think I just loved the font with it. But hey, I like free, so I liked being able to use that celebration stamp as well. You have so many options with this wonderful Garden Impressions designer series paper. Like I said, you get 4 of each. They are double-sided. My goodness, can you think of all the cards you can make with just that one pack of designer series paper? Easy peasy, double cheesy. I'm telling you what, this one goes together fast. No matter what designer series paper, just pick your sentiment. You are ready to go with a handmade card. Guys, handmade cards make people so happy, don't they? I mean, who doesn't love that happy mail? I know I do, and I thought these cards really fit the bill. Now, if you want to see more information about the cards, or maybe you'd like to order some of those punches, here's what you can do. Head over to simplysimplestamping.com. Look for the February 16th, 2019 blog post. I'll have all the details for you there. So you can see that designer series paper, the punches. Oh, and if you want to see some close-ups of the cards themselves and grab those measurements, that will be right there for you as well. So be sure to check it out at simplysimplestamping.com. Thank you for being a part of today's video. I sure appreciate it. If you liked what you saw today, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. I always appreciate that. And if you haven't already done so, be sure to click that big red subscribe button. We're just waiting to have you as a subscriber so that you can see more stamping inspiration right here. Guys, have a fabulous day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.